Hey, for the ones catching the playback, I go by the Black Horseman. I got a football topic today. I'm low key upset. I'm low key upset. I am a AFC North NFL fan. In particular, I've always been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. That's my team. I've been rocking with them for, I don't know, since I've been young playing football. John Harbaugh gets fired, and I'm appalled by the whole situation because as a diehard Steelers fan, one thing I can do is respect the rivalry between Pittsburgh and Baltimore and understand that to compete in the AFC North, you have to be on a whole nother level. That's my personal opinion. It's one of the most physical divisions to compete in. When we're talking about Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland, those are some of the most intense games, and you have to be at the top of the top in your position, whether you're a coach or a player. And I feel like John Harbaugh has had such a tremendous impact on Baltimore to where I don't feel he deserved to be fired. I don't believe it was his fault that he lost the game. A very, very tough competitive game between Pittsburgh and Baltimore to see who will be number one in the AFC North, who will win the division. It came down to the last game of the season. And it was a few plays here and there, few mistakes, a missed field goal to determine the outcome. But it seemed to me that everybody did their job to the best of their ability. And it was just unfortunate that their job had to hang into the balance, whether it be John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin, when it was probably one of the best games I've watched out of all of the rivalries that I've seen between Baltimore and Pittsburgh. It's up there on the list. But to have all of this impact on the AFC North, in Baltimore, like, I don't want to miss that rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like without John Harbaugh in Baltimore, what is Baltimore going to be now? Like, I love being a fan of Pittsburgh Steelers because we got some tough games that we got to play when we talking about Baltimore, when we talking about Cleveland, Cincinnati. Like, those are some classics, And I wouldn't want to see John Harbaugh fired. I wouldn't even want to see my favorite coach, Mike Tomlin, fired, just because of the impact, man. Like, I don't want to miss that rivalry between John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, and the respect that Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh have for each other. Like, that's going to be missed, man. That's going to be missed. And I just feel like John Harbaugh, man, with all the talent and the weapons that was already there, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, and then, of course you needed to make some impacts and changes on defense, but to take away the head general of the operation, I just think it's a stupid move. I've heard some rumors that maybe they felt it was mutual, but I don't see why that would benefit John Harbaugh after all the work he done and the impact he's had on Baltimore, why he would want to walk away from all of that was there. Few hiccups, injuries and stuff like that. But Baltimore was, I'm a Pittsburgh fan, and we barely beat Baltimore Ravens, man. Lamar Jackson having injuries and all of the ups and downs they had, and then they clawed their way back to the final game to determine if they was going to win the division when they had a horrible start. You know, people was expecting Baltimore not even to be to have as many wins as they even got, you know what I'm saying, in the regular season. But we seeing that John Harbaugh is one of the hottest names on the list as a head coach option for other NFL teams. Now the man is going to land where he lands. You know, he's going to end up being where he's going to be. But I'll tell you this, man. There's one team that I hope that he does not end up at. And I'm hearing some people that say that that's not possible. But the impact I've seen Cleveland have at the end of the season, if they end up getting John Harbaugh, because I know Kevin Stefanski just got fired and everybody was saying, oh, man, you know, they did terrible not putting Shedeur Sanders and you know, drafting him number one. All of that, right? I don't want to go down that whole spiel, but I've seen this young man have an impact in the AFC North, man. And that's what I pay attention to the AFC North. And when the Pittsburgh Steelers played them, man, I seen the way that this young man in his first year as a pro, NFL pro, how composed he was and how he made some plays down the stretch. And he beat us, man. You know, and then messed around in the last game of the season and beat Cincinnati. You know, and they said Joe Burrow was starting and playing. So I was just like, man, they also look like they are a few pieces away from really being a dangerous team. And I'm not saying John Harbaugh is going to end up there, but that will be a hell of a fumble if Baltimore, after letting go John Harbaugh, he ends up in Cleveland or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Then it's just like, well, I'm still familiar with these teams. You know, Steelers. I know how the Baltimore move. Now I'm here, and I know how Cincinnati moves. So it's just like AFC North, man, to me in 2027 is shaping up to be very, very scary looking. You know, if a certain moves get made, certain pieces land, you know, in the correct spots, it could get spooky. You know, but yeah, man, I mean, I don't want no weak ass AFC North, man. I'm used to having tough ass, you know, football games, you know, where Steelers got to grind it out, man. It comes down to field goals sometimes like that, man. You know, in that final regular season game, our kicker missed a field goal, an extra point. It was just like, what? You know? And then they kicker miss a short field goal, and it just happens, man. Pressure and, you know, but I don't think that was a coaching issue. I felt like, given the circumstances, John Harbaugh did an incredible job to, you know, rally his team to that final game to where it just determined one field goal that determined the outcome. But, man, I respect the Baltimore Ravens. I respect John Harbaugh in making some of the greatest rivalries that we've ever seen, man. Being a part of one of the greatest rivalries, being a head coach of some of the greatest players that we've ever seen, defensively and offensively, man. So, once again, hey, shout out to Bruce Gas in the chat. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute, my brother. So, I mean, me personally, man, you know, hopefully his next situation is the best situation for him. Hopefully he get what he truly deserves. And I just feel like Baltimore Ravens, they're going to regret this move right here, man. This is horrible. I would hate to see, you know, I mean, for them to lose like that, it's like now they're going to be lost. You know, who is Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, all of these players that they built this trust and confidence in this head coach. And I understand that part because I played football and I understand the confidence you have in certain coaches. Certain coaches know how to get you so confident that you believe in yourself. They believe in you when you don't even believe in you. They know how to fire you up and get you motivated to get out there and do your job the right way. This next head coach may not be able to do that. They may not believe in him like that. You know, there's certain coaches that have that effect. And when we talk about the AFC North, you got to have the, you got to be able to deal with some animals to get the job done. This is why Mike Tomlin has kept his job so long, man. Grown men respect Mike Tomlin. This man knows how to motivate, get you prepared, give you the, we seen how he did with Aaron Rodgers, man. Gave this man an opportunity to come into Pittsburgh and shine. And I have my skepticism about A-Rod. But if Mike Tomlin believe in him, hey, I believe in him because I believe in my coach. I ride with my team 100%. And I seen what Rodgers struggled with in New York and all of that. And I was concerned about his attitude and is it going to be chemistry problems? But he did okay. And I think the man is having fun. And that's the thing about the culture of the AFC North teams, like Baltimore, like Pittsburgh, man. They make it to where, these coaches make it to where you love being there. It feel like a family, man. You feel like, damn, I don't want to leave this place. I remember when Michael Vick was there. He felt like, damn, man, I love it here. Mike Tomlin, the whole culture of Pittsburgh. And so I understand, the culture that they built, the type of, it's just been a lot of compatibility and it's been a lot of respect from the top to bottom. And then when you rearrange what's at the top, things can unravel. So it's unfortunate for Baltimore. My team, Pittsburgh, we barely got the victory and we moving forward and got a very difficult task with Houston in front of us. It's not going to be easy, but it's the NFL, Well, yeah, man, I think Baltimore's fumbling that. That's a personal foul. You know what I mean? Baltimore Ravens organization. They might regret that. That's all I'm saying. They might regret it. I would hate to see the Baltimore Ravens organization fall apart and to become one of these trash ass NFL teams, because AFC North is a very, very respectable division, man. And I think Cleveland's going to be better next year. I think Cincinnati might be better next year. I know my Pittsburgh Steelers going to be better next year. I just don't know about Baltimore. Hopefully they will be better, but I would hate to see them just fall apart, especially with all the talent, all the money they ain't paid these athletes, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, and that whole roster, man. What's up, Charles? Martin King Boxing, what's good? A little football topic. So, like I say, it's just unfortunate that they did John Harbaugh like that. I don't like it. I'm not looking for, oh yeah, man, now it's gonna be easier for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, it might be easier, but that man didn't deserve to be fired, man. You know what I mean? Dude's gotta suffer from a bum ass kicker, a kicker missed a field goal. And now, just like when I'm doing my boxing topics, man, you be a dude lose a fight. Now you want to fire your trainer and shit, nigga. Nah, homie, stick it out. You know what I mean? It ain't that bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I guess this was one of them type of situations. It was either going to be John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin. And that sucks, man. That's the thing about it. It's the nature of it. It's the nature of the beast of this game, man. If you lose, you could be out of there. No matter if you could have hella wins before that. You lose an important game, you're out. But I know John Harbaugh is going to be in somewhere. And they are going to be shitting themselves if this man goes to an organization and they just start dominating which possibly can happen, man, because it's up for grabs. A lot of teams need help. A lot of teams need help. And it's just like, hey, where do I want to be? You know, where do I want to take my family? You know, who's offering me the most money? What's the best situation for me? So that's a good thing about him. You know, he'll be able to kind of just, you know, erase the whole Baltimore Ravens chapter. And I guess just focus on, hey, what's the new chapter for me? What's the next thing for me? So I wish the guy nothing but the best, man. Charles said he'll go to Cleveland. Bro, I was just talking about that. That'd be crazy if he go to Cleveland, bro. That's the only thing I'm hoping, bro, that don't happen. As a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan, if he end up with Shedeur, man, dog, I think it's a wrap for us in the AFC North, man. I'll be so hurt. John Harbaugh, I got a lot of respect for you, man. Just don't go to Cleveland, family. Don't go to Cleveland, man. Go anywhere you want. Just don't do Cleveland, man. Because they one good head coach or something away for really making an impact and a few more pieces in place to really just dominate the AFC North. And I don't want that. You know? Black and gold all the way. I need it to just be black and gold all the way. But if John Harbaugh goes to them dogs, it might be a wrap. I just got to keep it 100. I'm a realist, man. T3's got game says Cleveland got a defense too. That's what I'm saying, bro. What's the homie name that just got the NFL sack record? Y'all let me know in the chat. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, so anybody that's watching football lately, and especially if you've been paying attention to the AFC North, you know what's cracking. Myles Garrett, thank you, T3. Yeah, man, like the video for me, man. Subscribe. Myles Garrett, man, shout out to him, man. Congratulations on the NFL sack record. But yeah, man, I don't need that type of action taking place in Cleveland. I need them to stay mid like they've been, you know. But I'm not hating, though. I ain't gonna hate on them. I do want, you know what I mean, John Harbaugh to end up in a better situation because I think he deserves it, man. You know, and I think a lot of the legendary players that have played for him, I believe they will come out and still speak up for this man. They will have respect and uphold this man's name in a high regard because of the impact. He's made a lot of them better. John Harbaugh's made a lot of athletes better in their position. You know, I think he's been a great leader. And as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I know this motherfucker's good because, man, we didn't got our ass kicked quite a few times from Baltimore. And our wins that we've gotten over Baltimore ain't been easy. It's never been easy, bro. So I can keep it a stack, man. It's, you know, Baltimore has been one of them teams that, like, I'll be concerned about Baltimore more than playing Cleveland and Cincinnati. Like, real rap. But now, next year, I might be more worried about Cleveland. Probably Cleveland, depending on what happened with Cleveland and shit. Cincinnati is so, you know, they got issues in Cincinnati, man. Hella issues going on in Cincinnati. It's unorganized. It's chaos. And then now Baltimore might end up being worse than the Cincinnati situation with this. Preston say, I honestly feel bad for the guys, man. Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Like, think of like, you know what I mean? It's a general leading his soldiers to battle. And then the general get taken out. And now they ain't got no leader. You know what I mean? He can just get removed from the whole operation. Or not get taken out. He might just say, hey, look, man, you're going to be taking over a whole different mission. So general's going to go over here. You guys just got to figure it out. Remember the training that he taught you, but you're on your own. Matter of fact, we're going to give you guys another general that you ain't never worked with before. But just remember what your old general taught you. You know what I mean? Dude's going to be lost. And he'll be like, man, do this motherfucker know what he's doing? Be a new leader and shit. Be like, bro, do this man know what he's doing? Oh, we're going to get fucked up out here. You know? And we don't have especially somebody who knows what's going on in the AFC North. I don't care who you are. If you're a coach, if you're a quarterback, you're a running back, defensive back, you better know what's cracking in the AFC North. You're going to get your ass hurt if you don't. Do your motherfucking history, man. If you don't know, once you get in the AFC North, I guarantee you, Aaron Rodgers, this is probably some of the most competitive games he didn't ever been involved in, dealing with Cleveland, dealing with Cincinnati, and dealing with Baltimore. And he didn't been with, the Jets. He'd been with Green Bay, whatnot, but it's different over here, you know. And yeah, it's different over here because them games get intense. And I'm just glad that my team was able to protect Aaron Rodgers enough for us to get to the playoffs, because that old man, I thought A-Rod was going to get broken up within the first 4-5 games, man, of us acquiring him, man. Just keeping it real, man. Just keeping it real. I thought A-Rod was going to get broken up out of here, man, within the first half of the season. But he has survived. He's made it this long. He's been durable, and I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. He got some good personalities around him in Pittsburgh. He's enjoying himself. He has made it to the playoffs, and I don't know how long it's been since he's been back, into the playoffs, but it's a good thing for him. And if we can make a little run in the playoffs, hopefully we can make it happen when he comes back, because, hey, I think it's a good chance he's going to come back anyway. This is a better situation than his last situation in New York. So, A-Rod, I'm wishing you all the best, man. As far as Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland, I'm biting my fingernails, man, because I don't know what y'all going to do, and I'm nervous about it because I don't want y'all to get better as a team, but, I'm not no hater. Shedeur Sanders deserves a great leader there that's going to believe in him, because the motherfucker's the real deal, man. I ain't no goddamn Cleveland fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but Shadeur's the real deal. And the shit he did towards the end of the season, they get a head coach or something like that, especially like a John Harbaugh, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? So here and there, man, I'm gonna get my little topics in. But boxing is quite dry right now, man. But best of luck. Shout out to Mike Tomlin, man. Survival of the fittest, man. Only the strong survive. Promotions. Mike Tomlin, we got to the big house. We got to the playoffs, man. And so we'll see, man. We'll see. Shout out to Saul, man. Like I said before. Yeah, man. So that's my topic for today. Flame of shame to Baltimore Ravens organization for letting go of a true great head coach, man. A true great head coach, man. And as a Steelers fan, I'm humble enough to say that. That was a real one. He was a great leader. And Baltimore may be tremendously impacted from this move right here, man. And if he ends up in a better situation, it's going to be, Steelers fans, Bengals fans, we all going to be sick, man. AFC North is going to be hurt. So, yeah, man, that's all I got for this. Oh, my boy Actual Facts pulled up too, man, at the last minute. So, man, shout out to all y'all that pulled up for this one, man. The new subscribers and the ones that hit the like button, man, the ones that called the playback. Y'all let me know your thoughts too in the comment section, man, if you made it this far in the video. Do y'all agree with the decision? Was it time for John Harbaugh to get removed? Or do you agree with me, man, that no, man, this man it wasn't over. This man still had some years and a lot to give to Baltimore. And it wasn't his fault, because I don't believe it was John Harbaugh's fault. The way, because of the way the season ended up. I just felt like, it's just tough. It's AFC North, man. Dudes getting injured. It's got to be the most physical division, I think. Motherfuckers be getting concussions every other week and whatnot. So, real rap. So says, hopefully the Bucks can get him. That's your team, bro? The Bucks? Yeah, I mean, I'm an AFC dude. I already, I do watch some NFC. My pops is my dad is a Rams fan, so I do pay attention to his team a little bit, but I mostly pay attention to AFC. particularly AFC North. Can't keep up with all that other shit. Someone must be held accountable. Yeah, accountability, family. All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. Black Horseman, I'm out.